Today I'm giving LeBron his dream farewell tour, starting by trading him to the Mavericks for Cooper Flagg. So he's going to be joining his former teammates in Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis, and I may as well throw Bronny in there as a package deal. Here's how the lineup looks with LeBron in there now, but we're not done because we're not only signing Chris Paul to the team, but Dwayne Wade and Carmelo Anthony are coming out of retirement. The only problem is Chris Paul's a 74, and with Melo and Dwayne Wade being retired, their overalls are really low. But we're going to add a teammate chemistry boost to the Banana Boat squad, which will make Dwayne Wade, Melo, and Chris Paul's overalls all go up by 15. So that's going to bring Wade to an 80, Melo to an 88, and Chris Paul to an 89. And the teammate chemistry boost is also going to move LeBron's overall up by 5 from a 92 to a 97. So here's how the new and improved team looks. We have Chris Paul, Kyrie, Melo, LeBron, and Anthony Davis in the starting lineup with Dwayne Wade coming off the bench. But the job's not finished. Let's see if LeBron can win a championship in his final season. At the end of the season, Anthony Davis is the only player on the team to make an All-NBA team, averaging 17 and 10. LeBron averaged 21, 6 and 7 just to not make an All-NBA team. Kyrie also averaged 21 a game, Melo averaged 19, and Dwayne Wade averaged 15 off the bench. Chris Paul averaged a double-double, and the Mavericks won 67 games and managed to clinch the 1 seed. In the first round, they have to go up against the Kings. I feel like they're going to win this one pretty easily. We're going to take it game by game. Game 1, the Mavericks are going to win. Kyrie put up 28, and in Game 2, the Mavericks also win by almost 20. Melo dropped 31, Kyrie had 29, and I think this series is over. They're probably going to sweep them. They're going to go up 3-0, but they can't sweep. They're not. Whoa, are we going to a Game 7? We're not. The Mavericks are going to make it out in 6. And Melo was actually the best player of that series, putting up 23 points and 8 rebounds a game. But as we go on to the second round, the Mavericks have to face Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves. So this series will probably be a bit harder. The Timberwolves are going to take Game 1. LeBron put up 34, but for the Timberwolves, Randall and Anthony Edwards both dropped 32. Okay, let's hope they don't go up 2-0. The Mavericks blow them out to tie the series up. LeBron almost had a triple-double, and Anthony Edwards played good, but Julius Randle only put up 6 points. And in Game 3, I thought the Timberwolves were going to win after the first quarter. The Mavericks are going to pretty easily win this one, and that's because Kyrie dropped 36. Chris Paul put up 15 and 15, and this time Julius Randle went off, but not Anthony Edwards. So as long as both of them don't go off, the Mavericks should be able to win. They're going to lose Game 4 though, and Dante DiVincenzo dropped 24. That's not good, and Dante DiVincenzo outscored the whole Mavericks team. And I really want to hop into a game, but after the first quarter, the Timberwolves just sell, and that's because Melo dropped 43, Kyrie had 32, AD had a double-double, LeBron, we're not going to look at that field goal percentage, but the Mavericks are 1 game away from the conference finals, and they make it out in 6. And now they have to go up against a healthy Clippers team. I don't know how they managed to clinch the 2 seed. That's crazy. They won 60 games in real life. This team is not good. And in Game 1, they're also not good. They didn't even put up 100. They low-key started to come back in the 4th quarter, and LeBron only dropped 20 and the Mavericks still won? That's kind of crazy. Oh, well, the Clippers didn't have anyone drop 20. In Game 2, we have a different outcome though. The Mavericks just barely dropped 100. LeBron had 24. Kyrie and AD also had 20. Melo put up 17, but outside of that, nobody played that good. And just like real life, Harden and Kawhi are carrying the team. And in Game 3, the Mavericks had an amazing 3rd quarter. The Clippers are up by 2, so we're gonna hop in. And it took long enough for us to get a game we can actually hop into. Anthony Davis makes it a 1-point game, and with a chance to tie the game up, his second free throw is gonna bounce in. So now we're gonna get about 2 minutes of action with Dwayne Wade guarding Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal gets an easy layup, and the Clippers go back up 2. Now we have Kyrie using the screen from LeBron. He's gonna get an open 3 over Harden, but he misses. On the break, we have Bradley Beal trying to get past LeBron. Dwayne Wade sends the help and gets the stop. So now on the break, we have Anthony Davis rolling. Kyrie's not going to find him, but he's trying to cook on Harden here. He's going to take the layup, and he gets blocked. So now we have Beal on the break. He gets right past Wade. He's going to find Derrick Jones Jr. the layup, and AD comes in for the board. So now on the break, we have Melo finding LeBron. LeBron almost runs out of bounds. He's going to go up with the layup, and he ties the game up. I feel like there's so much going on. Dwayne Wade's going to rip Bradley Beal. He gets the steal on the break. He kicks it to LeBron. The wide open mid-range, and he puts the Mavericks up 2. 1 minute to go. Bradley Beal's gonna ISO on Dwayne Wade yet again. He gets an easy layup, and we're all tied up. I'm surprised the Clippers have been going to Bradley Beal and not James Harden. James Harden's gonna stop Kyrie, but Kyrie's gonna make the layup. Everyone's just cooking on offense. There haven't been too many stops, but let's see if the Mavericks can get one right here. Bradley Beal's gonna miss the 3. On the break, Melo's gonna kick it to Kyrie. Kyrie has LeBron. He's gonna find him. Derrick Jones Jr. almost gets the steal, but he's gonna get the block. Kyrie's gonna come up with the rebound somehow, and he puts the Mavericks up 4. That was such a clutch rebound by Kyrie. The Clippers are gonna go to Bradley Beal. He finds Derrick Jones Jr., and he misses the open corner 3. And Dwayne Wade's gonna knock down both of his free throws, so the Clippers are down 6. Harden gets an open 3, and it's in and out somehow. So after a crazy third quarter comeback, the Mavericks are gonna take a 2-1 lead in the series. James Harden dropped 28 for the Clippers. Outside of him and Kawhi, nobody really did anything. And for the Mavericks, Kyrie put up 37 and Melo had 29. With a 2-1 lead, let's see if the Mavericks can make it 3-1 here, and they can. Bro, Kawhi had 22. He was the only one on the Clippers to put up 20 or more. Neither teams put up 100. Kyrie and Melo were the only ones to put up 20 or more for the Mavericks. And now they're just one game away from a finals appearance, and they're moving on. Melo's gonna win the Western Conference Finals MVP, and in the finals, they're gonna be going up against the Knicks. This is definitely the best team the Mavericks have played so far. And in game 1, we have a close one. The Mavericks are down 3 with 2 minutes to go. Anthony Davis is gonna set the screen for LeBron. LeBron gets a wide open drive, and he makes it a 1-point game. Now let's see if Chris Paul can get a stop here on Jalen Brunson. He plays good defense there, and Anthony Davis grabs the board. Now the Mavericks are gonna go to LeBron. He takes the layup on Josh Hart, and he bodies him for the lead. And now with just over a minute to go, Cat's gonna set the screen. It's not a very good one. Brunson on the ISO finds Cat in the paint, and he almost makes the N1. It's going to roll off the rim. That's pretty big that he missed, because the Knicks can only go up 1 now from these free throws. So Cat's going to tie the game with his first free throw. His second one's good, and we have a 1-point game. 93% of people who watch me aren't subscribed, so make sure to subscribe to help me hit my goal of 35,000 subscribers. Let's see who the Mavericks decide to go to. It looks like LeBron's going to ISO on Josh Hart again, but this time he misses the layup. Josh Hart pushing the brakes and to find Mikal wide open in the corner, and he puts the Knicks up 4. That is a huge shot here in game 1. Now the Mavericks are going to go down low to LeBron. He kicks it to Chris Paul wide open, and his 3's in and out. And on the break, they're going to find Jalen Brunson. He gets a pretty open layup, but Kyrie gets in for the recovery. I don't know how Kyrie stopped that last second on the break. He pulls the jumper, and he's going to miss it. And Mikal's going to knock down both free throws, so the Mavericks are going to need a big shot here. AD's going to swing it to LeBron, being guarded by Mikal. He gets stopped. They're running out of time here, but he's going to kick it to a wide open Melo, who knocks down the 3. And Kyrie just fouled out, fouling Mikal. That's not great. So Mikal's going to give the Knicks a 5-point lead by making both free throws. And now the Mavericks only have 10 seconds. Chris Paul's going to find LeBron. LeBron to AD, back to Chris Paul. The 3 over Brunson. It's off. And the Knicks are going to take game 1 of the finals. LeBron and AD both put up 29 points, but the Knicks just had a way more well-rounded effort from everyone. And in game 2, we have a similar story. LeBron's going to find Dwayne Wade for the layup, and he gives the Mavericks the lead. I didn't expect them to score so quickly, and also, I don't know why Mikal is running their point guard, or why the Mavericks are double-teaming him. I don't like this. They're going to find Deuce McBride the 3, and it's good. They really should not have double-teamed there. They have Dwayne Wade running the point guard. I guess Chris Paul fouled out, I'm assuming. Dwayne Wade's going to take a rough shot, but he ties the game up. And they're not going to put Chris Paul back in the game, so I'm assuming he did foul out. Cat's going to take the fade over AD and knock it down. That was a tough shot. I thought he was going to miss there. Now we have Dwayne Wade isoing on Mikal Bridges. He is so lucky that's a foul. That was a very bad shot. Let's see if he can make both free throws. He's going to knock down his first one, and to tie the game up, his second free throw is good. But let's see if the Mavericks can get a stop here. We have a mismatch. Cat's just going to make his way into the paint for the easy dunk. And with less than a minute to go, the Mavericks are going to need to have a big possession. What was that shot? Dwayne Wade, what are you doing? And now the Mavericks almost need a stop here. Cat's going to take the layup on AD and put the Knicks up 4. I don't know what Dwayne Wade was cooking with that. Hopefully they keep the ball in Kyrie's hands here. He's going to kick it to AD. The Euro step layup's good. And now the Mavericks are going to full court press. Let's hope it can lead to something. Honestly, I hope they don't run a trap defense, because they can get a stop here with just one-on-one basketball. They're going to go down low to Cat. AD, please get the stop. Cat is kind of cooking him. Wow. Okay, the Mavericks need to lock in here. They're going to find Kyrie Irving in the corner. His 3's good. And now we have Mikal going to the line. I don't think he's missed the free throw yet. So he's going to give the Knicks a 2-point lead, and with his second free throw, he puts them up 3. And now the Mavericks have 15 seconds, no timeouts. They have to hit a quick 2 or a 3. Dwayne Wade to AD. He's going to find Melo in the corner, and his 3 ties the game up. Melo has been the star of the playoffs so far. Let's see if the Mavericks can force overtime. 3 seconds to go. Cat, what just happened? Now the Mavericks have to hit a full court shot. Dwayne Wade's gonna take it. and the Knicks are gonna win both games on the road. That is crazy. Kyrie and Melo dropped 20, but Cat turned into a demigod. He dropped 30, and now things are not looking good for the Mavericks here. And what do you know, in game 3 we have another close one, and of course the Mavericks are losing. Dwayne Wade's getting clamped up by Mikal. LeBron on the cut. Dwayne Wade can't find him. He's gonna use the screen. I don't know what he's trying to cook. He's gonna find Chris Paul with about 10 seconds on the shot clock. He gets a wide open 3. It's in and out, and LeBron can't get the board. And now on the break we have Brunson getting stopped by Chris Paul. He's gonna kick it to Mikal. Mikal to Mitchell Robinson to OG to Shamet. Everyone's touching the ball. Mitchell Robinson's gonna come set the screen. Shamet, the step back mid-range over Melo. He bricks it, and AD gets the board. Let's see if the Mavericks can take the lead here. Chris Paul to Dwayne Wade. I don't like Dwayne Wade cooking. He's gonna pass to AD, and he gives the Mavericks the lead. And thank goodness they took Dwayne Wade out of the game for Kyrie. I feel like every time Dwayne Wade touches the ball, something goes wrong. Brunson just cooked Chris Paul, but he misses the jumper. And now with under a minute to go, we have LeBron isoing on OG. He gets by him. I don't know why he didn't take the shot right away, and he misses the layup. So now on the break, we have Josh Hart, a 1v1 against Melo. He's gonna swing it to Brunson. He knocks down the floater for the lead. And the Mavericks are gonna need a big shot here. LeBron with the crossover, the unnecessary spin. And Anthony Davis just pulled a limitless 3 for whatever reason. And now they're going to put the ball back in Jalen Brunson's hands. 20 seconds to go. It looks like he's going to chew out the shot clock. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. He's in a... Oh, he's not going to take the step back 3. He finds Josh Hart, who misses. And AD gets the rebound. So now the Mavericks have 5 seconds here. They inbound into LeBron on the drive. He's getting clamped up by Josh Hart. And the Knicks are going to go up 3-0 in the finals. Every game has been close so far, but the Mavericks just can't close out the games. That's crazy. They lost game 1 by 5. They lost game 2 by just 2 points. And they lost game 3 by 1. I'm going to try shortening the rotation to 7 instead of 9. Hopefully that does something. And that's going to do absolutely nothing, because in game 4, the Mavericks are down by 1 with 2 minutes to go. Kyrie, please do something. He's going to drive on Deuce McBride. He's going to pull the contested floater and give the Mavericks the lead. But I just feel like they're not going to be able to close out this game just like the others. Kyrie, we need you to cook. He's going to drive. He's going to take the step back jumper. It's open and he makes it. But I don't know. I feel like something's going to go wrong here. The Mavericks cooked pretty much everyone in the West, but once they got to the Knicks, they haven't been able to stop them. But AD's going to get the board. And hopefully the Mavericks can win their first game. Maybe that'll give them momentum and they can come back down 3-0. Kyrie gets a wide open 3 and he knocks it down. So now things are looking good for the Mavericks. All they have to do is hold this lead with a minute to go. Jalen Brunson goes into the post. He gets Chris Paul jumping. He's going to take the layup and it's good. If I'm the Mavericks, I am chewing the clock here, especially with how bad their defense has been. Kyrie's trying to cook on Deuce McBride. He's going to take the layup and he gives the Mavericks a 4-point lead. Less than 30 seconds to go. Brunson's going to find Shamet in the corner and his 3's good. So now it's going to be Kyrie Irving going to the free throw line. He knocks down his first free throw, and to give the Mavericks a 3-point lead in game 4, his second free throw's good. One stop is all the Mavericks need here. Brunson's not going to get an open 3, but Karl Anthony Towns is, and it's in and out. And Kyrie's going to make his first free throw but miss his second. I don't know why Josh Hart is jogging up the court with 6 seconds to go. Mikal pulls the 3, it's off, and the Mavericks finally win a game. Hopefully they can use this as momentum. Brunson went off, and for the Mavericks, so did Melo and Kyrie. And in game 5, the Mavericks are blowing out the Knicks at halftime. We finally have our first game that isn't close. They're gonna win. LeBron dropped 35, 12, and 7. Kyrie had 25 and 8. AD had 24. Chris Paul had a triple-double, and Melo had a double-double. Honestly, shortening it to a 7-man rotation might have been the move. And in Game 6, the Mavericks had an amazing first quarter. They were just down 3-0, but they're gonna force a Game 7 here. Melo dropped 27, Kyrie had 26, D Wade had 22 off the bench, LeBron had 21. But now it comes down to a final Game 7. And we have another close one, but for the first time since hopping into this series, the Mavericks have the lead. Of course, the Knicks are gonna go down low to Cat. He has a mismatch. LeBron's gonna get the stop though, and now the Knicks are gonna go to Kyrie. He also has a mismatch, but he's gonna kick it to Chris Paul. Anthony Davis comes to set the screen. Chris Paul gets a wide open 3 and he knocks it down. The Mavericks are playing really good to start things off. Jalen Brunson dunk is kind of crazy, but the Mavericks are still up 4. Kyrie trying to cook Jordan Clarkson. I don't know why he slowed down the Euro, but he's gonna make the shot. And with just over a minute to go, Brunson's gonna take the hook. I don't know why. But now we have Kyrie on the break, the spin, the snatchback. He is trying to cook on Jordan Clarkson with the spin layup, and he gives the Mavericks an 8-point lead. The Knicks pretty much have to play perfect from here on out. Brunson's gonna get stopped by Chris Paul, and he misses the layup. And just like that, LeBron and the Mavericks are gonna come back down 3-0 to win LeBron his 5th championship. Subscribe if you enjoyed, and if you want to see what would happen if LeBron never retired, click the video on the screen right now.